Hey everybody, hey subscribers, hi new subscribers, it's me, it's your girl Tan. How are you doing? I am back again, guys. Thank you for all the comments that y'all left on yesterday's post about Jaguar, right? And the foolery. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all that. And I got on here today to talk about, I want to say RIP to Miss Holla. Y'all remember her. That's the grandmother that was on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all those platforms that used to, try to give us some little wisdom, cuss her kids out, and and just was very just humorous, and it was good to see because sometimes, because she kind of reminded some of us of our grandmothers or an elderly person that we may have known in life, and she passed earlier this month. She was 97 years old. God has blessed her to see almost 100 years. That is a true blessing. But I got on here to say RIP to her. And I just hate to see that her family is such in an uproar right now since she passed. I used to watch her on a daily basis as well. I used to watch her on a daily basis. But after a while, I was watching it, and I noticed, like, every time she gets to talking, they will always cut her off. The granddaughter, to me, the great-granddaughter, the daughter of the granddaughter of the young lady, she was kind of disrespectful to me, to Holla. She good, call, you hear me, good. And Holla used to peep that out. She was talking about good. She'll tell her good back. But it's so unfortunate that when people pass on, the family gets into it. And now they having a lot of feedback because since of Holla's passing, they had put up a GoFundMe page. And the people want to know, why are they asking for extra money? Even though they did ask for a considerate amount of 10,000, which is not a lot. 10,000 is basically barely enough to pay for the funeral, the bare minimum just for a regular funeral or whatnot. But people are asking them, why did they ask for a GoFundMe page when she was getting all these cash apps and stickers, and she was getting paid for different platforms. All right. And I wanted those to know as well, did they ask for additional money? Because the simple fact of it all, considering, I remember when they said that she was in hospice, that's when I stopped watching it. Because I said to myself, I wasn't gonna watch her pass away, because I will watch it sometime and you can see that she was tired. She wasn't interested in doing the lives, and it's like they pushed her farther to do the lives. And I just felt like this was a very intimate moment of her life, knowing that if you in hospice, normally I used to work for hospice. I worked in the healthcare field for a very long time. I'm like a trick of all trades. I've worked in dibble and dabble in all types of job. But when you're in hospice, normally that means you have 6 months or less to live. And then basically what they do is just basically make you comfortable until, you come to your, passing. And I didn't like the way, I did feel like in the way they was kind of exploiting her, especially when they said she was in hospice, and they just kept putting her up there, and she looked exhausted, she looked tired, she looked disinterested. They always cut her off when she was trying to speak on her advice. They wasn't giving her the platform to speak, or nothing like that. And like I was stating, they asked for additional money. I believe that the people would have still gave that money to them if they did not ask, because they asked for 10,000, but they got over 47,000. I'm thinking, this is my thought, and my thoughts only, that once they found out that they knew that she was gonna pass. 97 years old. People say, why she don't have insurance? I currently work for an insurance company now, and once you turn 81, you're not eligible for insurance. You can outlive your insurance policy. So I get that. I understand why she did not have insurance. But my thing of it is, if you guys were getting all these monies and cash apps and getting paid from all these different platforms, why didn't y'all take the money and go ahead on and get her final expenses together, as far as go ahead on and put the money on, and maybe, even though it's not an experience that no one wants to go through, but they could have went on ahead and picked out the things that they was going to do and pay for, as far as the casket. I don't know if they have a plot or not, the opening and closing of the ground of the service, the church, if they had a minister or they belonged to a church or whatnot. To me, they should have been getting those things together while she was alive, and they were getting those monies. To ask for additional money and to let it go exceed 10,000. I feel like, if they was going to let it go over 10,000, they could have said, well, hey, thank you. We did reach our goal, but if you still would like to donate to the family, we have this cash app available, but we're going to shut this one down because we have received that $10,000 that we need to do the things that we need to do to, the final expenses for Holla and get her to where she needs to be. Unfortunately, like I said, she passed on. I noticed when I was watching the films and stuff that the granddaughter was coming up with different type of bags, and you just hearing in the background of they ought to eat. It's nothing wrong with that or nothing. And then even Holla was saying they was taking her money. Like I said, I really, after when they said that she was in hospice, and I watched it a couple of times. It wasn't too many times. I count on one hand. And she said, I don't feel like doing it, Shell. And she was like, come on, Holla, the people want you. I felt like right then they was exploiting that lady. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna watch this any longer. I'm not gonna sit up here and watch this lady come to her demise. Like I said, I worked for a hospice before. I have seen people pass on, and it's not a pretty sight. And for you to put somebody on the camera and they not into it, maybe like the days that she was, like feeling herself and she was feeling good, and she was like, well, hey, let me do it today. Then I could see it. But majority of the time, I would see little clips here and there. She didn't seem like she was in the mood, because if you know that you're about to pass on, which we know is one day that we're going to pass on, but when it's coming soon and you have a deadline, your mind is pretty much racing, and it's going and it's going. But they kept pushing her and pushing her and pushing her and exploiting her, and it was like they took over the live. It's like, we came to see Holla. We didn't come to see you guys, even though yes, you put it together, and without you guys we wouldn't even know who Holla was, and we thank you for that. But the whole initial program was to see Holla and listen to her and her wisdom and her jokes, because she was very hilarious, very comical and everything. But I just think that, they really exploited that lady, to watch that lady demise, and then here y'all go, everybody's going at each other. And I feel like if the granddaughter, Michelle, I think that's her name, if you wasn't exploiting, was not trying to gain money for yourself, why are you even addressing the people? You addressed them one time and that was it. But to me, you should have just said, okay, we reached our goal at 10,000. Thank you guys so much. But if you would like to, donate additional, funds for the family, here's another cash app. GoFundMe. I'm so sorry. GoFundMe. And you can donate to this one. I'm quite sure the people would have still, donated to that GoFundMe, considering they know that these people, some of them probably had, I don't know if her granddaughter, that they said that she quit her job so she can take care of Holla and things like that. So there are expenses, that need to be met until she's able to go get a job to cover those expenses, because she no longer is the caretaker of Holla. I just think that, hey, they went about it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they should have, after they said that she was, going to pass, I don't think they should have just kept her on the screen like that. I think they just should have just waited till all those good days when she felt like it. And she was like, well, hey, cut the camera on. Let me tell these people what I want to say. That's when. Not when she's just laying there and she's not even feeling like it. And then y'all, every time she do say something, y'all are cutting her off. Every time you turn around, is different people in her room, just crowding her room up. I just didn't like the look, and that's why I stopped watching. But I would like to say R.I.P. to her, and I hope the family get it together or whatnot. It's just unfortunately, majority of the time when someone passed and it comes to money and property, the family gets into it. When my mom passed, fortunately, I'm the only child that my mom had, so I didn't have to discuss anything with anyone, but I did follow my mama rules that she did ask me to go by at the time of her demise. I did, grant her request, because even in death, I still love her. She's still my mom. But I was just coming on here to say that. And did y'all see Nelly? What was wrong with Nelly? What was this? What was that? What was this? Was he high? Was he high? And if he was high, what the hell he was on? Because if he was, what was he on? Because they need to take that shit off the damn streets. I mean, I was like, when I seen him and his eyes was rolling back in his head, I was like, oh, that ain't no damn X-Bill. Like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? I was like, is he OD'd on stage? Because he looked like he was OD'd. And then, I was like, well, and he kept throwing up. I don't like, I'm sorry, they people do these. I don't do those things because I do my research, and the devil horns, I don't participate in that certain thing. And I was like, is this nigga, excuse me, I'm like, is he possessed? So what's going on? And when he smiled, and you go back and you see him smile, he looked like when the Grinch stole Christmas. When he smiled and he had all them little wrinkles in his face and he looked evil. I mean, that was some scary shit right there. I don't know. If you haven't seen it, go see it for yourself and come and tell me what you think about that. I was just like, what the hell is he on, or is he possessed? On or in him? What it was? Do you think he was possessed, or do you think he was on something? And if he was on something, because he came back and said he was high. And I want to know what the hell you was on. Now, if I was younger, I'd probably say, well, what was you on? Because I want to see what that do. But now that my age now, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to let you have that. Because let me be honest. I'm going to say this. I don't think that he was high. I think it was deeper than that. I think that, I do believe, when I listen to these stories, that they do dibble and dabble in witchcraft. And also, what's the word I'm trying to look for when they pray for a certain spirit to come in them and take over, when they call on different spirits or whatever, and so they can do the things, just like Beyonce say with Sasha Fierce. She said, I raise my hands, and all I know is I can do what I can't do. I can sing loud, I can dance strong, and in my normal, I can't do that. So that what makes me believe that this man was simply possessed. They say this is the year of Skull and Bones. 2003, the number 7, the number of completion. And all things will be revealed. Things that are being revealed to us in our natural eye. They said, now every time you turn around, social media is everywhere. Cameras are everywhere. So now we're going to see a lot of things that we never did get to see. So I just be wondering, as we seen Beyonce, we saw her when they slowed it down for the Super Bowl. She transformed into something else. We seen Lil Wayne when he did the awards. He turned into a little gremlin. I don't know. And if you haven't seen it, look it up. Look up Lil Wayne possessed. Look up Beyonce possessed. Also Kendrick Lamar. Go look at Kendrick Lamar when he was on Saturday Night Live, and I love me some Kendrick Lamar, but after I seen him on that, I was just, I'm done. That don't look like drugs. That looks like something else that's deeper than what I'm ready to deal with. So that's what I was getting on here. What do you think? Do you think Nelly was high? Or do you think he was possessed? Do you believe in enchanting, and possession of calling on the spirits to take over you? And if you think about it, when you do take drugs, you do open a portal to be possessed by drugs. When you drink alcohol, that's why they call it spirits. It's 21 or 23 spirits in drinking. So once you do drugs or you drink, you do become within a spirit does come inside of you, good or bad. That's what it is. But that's what I came on here to say, because I watched that video and I was like, what the hell is wrong with him? And then I text one of my friends. I was like, what do you think? I text two, and one of them said, girl, he high. And I was like, well, what the hell was he on? Because I done been high too. And I ain't never been like that. I've been around people too that did high powered shit, and I ain't never seen no shit like that, because if I did, I would have got the hell about the way. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, and considering that we seen Beyonce and how she said it, even Jay-Z even talk about that he get possessed with a spirit. He calls on the spirits or whatnot. So what do you think? Was Nelly high or was he possessed? Let me know in the comments. This is me. I'm 10. I'm coming back at you again. I told you guys I will be coming back soon. So thank you once again for responding to my video yesterday. I really appreciate it. I love you. I'm about to get out of here because I just got out for work. Fortunately, I work at home so I can keep on my pajamas. But it's homework time, so I just got on here to drop that to y'all and ask y'all, what do you think? Was Nelly high or was he possessed? What do you think? All right. And you know what I say. Fuck them, they say, because all they do is run their motherfucking mouth. And leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a thumb down. Subscribe, share, talk shit to me. Leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. And I'll talk to you guys later. You know I love you, right? And well, if you don't, I do. And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. And ciao for now.